Welcome, Brick fans. Welcome to the much anticipated episode 79 of the Brick Show. And as you can see, we once again have gone Lego City. We told you to stay tuned for this set because something very special at the end. And we are going to first review Lego 3182, the airport. And here it is. And it is a lot of set that we have here. We get the control tower, we get the terminal, we get a baggage cart with some stairs that you roll around, we get 5 minifigs. The 5 minifigs, we get a pilot, we get a male attendant, a female stewardess, a passenger, and then a service worker, which is he's got his cool little light things that he's gonna back up the airport with, or the airplane with. Of course, we have our airport with its sliding circular door there. And then, of course, the awesome airplane. Real quickly, Lego has made other airport sets. Here they are. And the first one was made in 1973. It's set 17. That's how long ago it was. Look that one up. It's hilarious how simple and, to be honest with you, lame it is. 2004, they did another one, 10159, and that was more of a little beachy theme to that one. And then more recently, 7894, and that was in 2006, and that one looks almost identical to this one. And we're going to bring all 3 of the recent sets that we've reviewed together today at the end of the show. And also, we have a special treat because my daughter will be joining us and helping us rate it for the younger kids, and it's always a treat when we can get younger kids to be on the show helping us rate it for the younger kids. This set retails for $99.99, which I believe comes out to, let's see here, yes, 14.2 cents per piece. However, there are some really big pieces on the jet, on the airplane. This whole wing area, and you'll see this in the close-up, this whole wing area from here to here is one piece. It's one whole piece. This whole back red part is one piece except for the fin, which is all one piece. This whole nose of it is all one piece. So take that how you want. You may say that's kind of chintzy, that we're not building as lot, which is somewhat true. You're not building as much as you normally would with like what we did with the passenger plane, because the nose and the wing and it's all big pieces, so you're building less. So whatever that means for you. Alright, let's get to our close-up, then we'll come back and rate it. Alright, first we're going to start with the airport itself. Lots of glass there. That is not see-through. You can see that the blue tint, that's all glass or plastic. Here's our parking sign. We get the green trash can, and there's our lid that goes on it. This is in the other airport, the previous airport set as well, this same revolving door there. 2 seats out front, and then the light here, which, you know, really neat, does look like a light. Hard to see from that angle. There we go, that's a better angle. So there's your kind of a side view. We got another one up here, another light, and then your big airport sign. Yes, those are stickers. And then these are just some antennas up there on the top, but the back is what has a lot of your neat features. And you'll see we have a little coffee machine there, a little drink, little computer, so this could be kind of like a little dining area where they eat or order their food, and then over here on this side they sit down, you get the yellow coffee cup, 2 chairs, a table, they sit down and eat while they're waiting for their flight. Here's a vending machine, I believe, over here, and over here you'll see those are where you check in your baggage. Check in your baggage. So, and your security if you want to use it that way, because you'll see up here, this is your flight schedule, departures, arrival, and by the way, Paris is leaving at 10:25, so make sure you're not late for that. So there's your airport. Sides, you get another entranceway there. That is the case on both sides. Now, let's hit our figs. This is our female stewardess. she's also the same girl that you'll see in the Toys R Us delivery truck as a Toys R Us employee. So guess she got a little promotion. Here's our passenger, Hawaiian shirt. Our pilot, and he's in the other set driving the passenger plane as well. This is my favorite, the orange service worker, blue collar guy, got the 5 o'clock shadow goatee thing going on. He's got his 2 lights in his hands on the lightsaber look-alike grips. And then here is our male flight attendant. Also could be I think he could also double as a co-pilot because he's got that plane on his chest there, and there is 2 seats in the cockpit. So however you want to use it. And you get 3 suit cases. Now I'm going to move the airport aside, minifigs aside. Here is the baggage cart that this minifigure drives around, and it's pretty basic, but it does come, got the stairs here on the back. This comes apart here, this comes apart here, so you could throw all your luggage in here. So there's your luggage. Then he could pull up to the plane, drop this off, this detaches, and then your passengers can get on with the stairs. So there's your baggage cart. Then this simple piece is a refueling station with the light, little computer there. And now to the bigger objects, or at least the Big Daddy. And let's focus out a little bit here. This is our control tower, and this spins around. Got that black ball there, so we got our radar. Again, that blue is plastic. Okay, so there's that, and basically a couple computer screens in there, a lever, red chair. That's what you got going on in there, and you do get this little flower at the bottom. Isn't that nice? Isn't that just so sweet? Alright, so here's our airplane, and this guy is really a big airplane. It's hard to get the full scope of just how big it is. I'm going to try my best, and here's an iPod, and here's my iPod sitting right next to it. So you could see how much just my iPod is the cockpit. So that's how big it is. You know, here's a wing. I'm going to lay my iPod on the wing. So you could see, kind of get the size. If you have an iPod, you can see only about half the wing takes up the iPod. So, and you'll get to see that more, how big it is once I open it up here. This entire thing is all one piece. Make sense? It's just real surprising when you open the box. Cockpit, alright, let's open that up now. And here we go, here's our little guys. Let's focus in on them. Got our pilot in there. And they have basically, it's a lot of computer screens and their dashboard and all that stuff. Okay. Now these sections, actually this door is pretty cool. Let me show you that before I take that off. It's a little quirky, it falls apart kind of easy, but it's really neat how it kind of works and opens. So then if you were to bring in this piece here, fits right on there. You can actually snap it into place if you're really talented. But it's neat how it kind of swivels around and then closes in there. So that's a neat, definitely a neat piece. Now, now at the top, this is one section. These are actually 2 pieces, but they come together. And then same again here in the back. And then to show you everything going on in there, there are 10 seats for passengers. Here's some little sink area or drink area for the stewardess. This is a microwave. I'll show you on the other. We go on the flip side. Table here for 2 people to sit on both sides of, and then just more rows of seating. Then in the back, just kind of a arched way. Could use that as a restroom, I guess. There is no door though. Actually, it's storage. because these little compartments on the side, there's these on both sides, and so you could fit suitcases in there and that kind of thing. So that is storage. This right here, microwave that opens up. Alright, well, as promised, here we are back, and we have more than just the airport. Again, that's because in episode 77 and 78 we said we're going to bring them, those sets all together with the airport, so you can get the full picture of what those other sets, which are very much complementary sets to the airport. And those sets have the boxes still. It's 3222, of course, the helicopter and the limo, which is right here. Then, of course, the passenger plane, the blue and white one, right here. Set 3181. And then the one we just did, I'm not going to show you the box, the big airport. Here it all is. It's awesome. But before we get to that, we'll give you a close-up of all of that as well. We're going to focus on the airport right now. And you can see we have our 5 minifigs standing on the airport so you can see them all. And I love the airport set because this airplane is great. I mean, it's big. It carries 9 passengers, plus the 2 that can sit in the front in the cockpit, your pilots. The airport is great. It's got lots of stuff. It's not like they just come in and there's nothing to do. They go up here, they go to the cafe and drink some coffee. They go to the x-ray machine to check their baggage. We get 3 suitcases. So, a lot going on there. I do like that we have the 10 seats inside. However, here is a downside, in my opinion. Of the 5 minifigures, 4 are workers. We get 1 passenger, the guy with the Hawaiian shirt. So, we've got a plane, we've got an airport, it's all well ran, but we've only got 1 guy to go in the airplane. I think it would be better to include maybe a couple more minifigure passengers, especially with the $99.99 price point. But anyways, let's go ahead and give it our rating. So Taylor, we have Taylor here, she's going to rate it for the young kids. Taylor, what do you give the airport set for the younger kids?
A 10.
A 10. Why a 10?
Because it looks awesome and I like to play with it.
Do you like the airport? A lot of fun there? Yes, just packs a lot of punch there in the airport. Out of all of the different sets we did, what piece, what single thing down here do you like the most?
The helicopter.
The helicopter. Yes, it is a very neat piece. It says Air Taxi on it. And so that is Taylor's piece. We want to know what your favorite piece would be out of these 3 sets. So you can go to episode 79 at brickshow.com, and there is a survey inside of the post there where it talks about this set. You'll have the video, the review on the top, and then below it'll say which of these items do you like the best, and you can vote and see what other people vote. So don't forget to do that right after the show. So, for the older kids now, we're going to give it a rating, and this is just for the airport. I'm going to go 8, because I think older kids will like this big airplane. It's probably the biggest airplane Lego has made. I'm not sure about the previous airliner. There is lots of sets where they just make an airliner, but this seems, I don't know how you could get much bigger than this unless you did something custom. And for the adults, I think we're going to go 7 on that. Now, thanks for joining us on The Brick Show, but stay tuned right now after the show so that you can see all 3 of these sets looked at from this angle. All right, here we go, and thanks for joining us.